Hello and welcome to the first darts video on this channel. If you are new here, please do subscribe to kick things off. It's typically a football channel, but I'm going to try and branch out a little bit, especially over the summer. I probably should have thought to do this earlier. I've already missed the World Cup and most of the match play. But we've got the World Match Play semi-finals tonight. I was meant to be going to the quarter-finals 2 nights ago up in Blackpool, but unfortunately I was ill, so I wasn't able to go in the end. So I missed James Wade's win, a very impressive win, comeback win over Jan van Veen, and Jonny Clayton's kind of dismantling of the GOAT Stephen Bunting, which was unfortunate for any Bunting fans like myself, but fair play to Clayton. He's on incredible form at the moment. But we're going to go through and look at both of the semi-final games tonight. They should be going out a few hours before the dart starts. If you're going, have a nice time. If you've just been, I hope you had a lovely time. And leave comments down below. Hopefully this is going around 4 o'clock as to who you think is going to go through tonight. Will we see Littler, Rock in their first finals? Will we see Clayton finally clinch the crown tomorrow night? Will we see Wade clinch a second crown and reach another final? It's his 10th semi-final from 20 attempts. It's just very, very impressive, isn't it? But let's get straight into the numbers for the first semi-final. Wade versus Clayton, their 11th meeting in recent PDC history. It's 5-all at the moment. The most recent one being a 6-0 Clayton win at Players' Championship 14. Excuse me. Back in April, back on the 15th of April. So a 6-0 win for Clayton on the floor. Very, very impressive stuff. And he's posting some good numbers, isn't he, this year? He's in great form, won the Masters, and he's just doing very, very well, getting to the back end of those events. Obviously, alongside Gerwyn Price, lost the World Cup final to Josh Rock and Daryl Gurney. Beat Mike De Decker in the second round, beat Stephen Bunting in the quarter-final in Blackpool. A 98.13 average and 50% on the doubles on Thursday night, which is just this sensational stuff, to be fair to him. James Wade, though, is no pushover, as we all know. He's climbed his way back into the top 10 recently, looking to make it into that top 5 should he win tonight and possibly even win the whole tournament. That would be excellent for him and for myself, a James Wade fan, big fan of his. And he's been talking himself up a little bit recently in press conferences and stuff, which he doesn't typically do. So I'm all for it. I'm all for him finding that nice run of form that's hopefully gonna maybe even see him win a world title come the end of the year, but that'll be a video I make towards the back end of the year if he wins this, etc, etc. But yeah, he averaged 96.35 over Jan van Veen in a 16-13 win. I think he was 4-1 down, wasn't he, after the first session, 6-4 up after the second one, with I think it was like 90% on the double or something ridiculous like that in that second session. He won the first 4 legs without missing a dart at double. And then I think it took him 2 or 3 to win the 5th leg, but sensational stuff. But he's not the favourite, going into this semi-final. Sky have him at just over evens. They have Jonny Clayton as odds on 4-6 to qualify for the final. Jonny Clayton, obviously the 5th seed. James Wade, I believe, is the 9th seed going into this one. At the start of the tournament, obviously a lot of the world rankings have switched. Humphries luckily staying where he is because obviously the prize money is done on a 2-year sort of basis. But Nathan Aspinall dropping way down from 7th to, I think it was 23rd in the end. So he's got some work to do in the back end of this season to qualify for events like the Grand Prix, and obviously hopefully get himself a good Worlds run and put himself back in contention for the Premier League next season, or next year rather. It will be a very, very interesting one. Personally, if I had to predict this right now, I think it'll be a very tight game. I think it'll probably be the more interesting, or the more sort of well-fought semi-final of the night. I think I'd pick James Wade to go over, but I think that might mainly be my head over my heart. My heart over my head, to be honest. I think if it will be tight, I think it might be an 18-16 sort of 17-15, maybe a bit of a tie-break job for this one. Or is it? No, sorry, it's 1st to 17th, so possibly a 19-17 or a 20-18 or something along those lines. I think it'll be very, very close, but I think it'll be an excellent game nonetheless. So do leave your predictions for that one down in the comments below, but let's move on to the second one. It's the big one. It's Luke Littler against Josh Rock, their first ever PDC meeting. I've just watched an interview from last night with Josh Rock, and he says their only meeting was back in the youth tour tournaments a few years back, before they both got their tour cards, sorry. And Josh Rock was saying he won 4-2, so it sets him in decent stead, I suppose. But that's a few years back now. A very different Luke Littler to who he is now, I'm sure. Obviously, at that point, not a world champion, not a Players' Championship champion, not a Premier League champion, all of those sort of things. Just a sensational, unstoppable force. But Josh Rock is nothing to be messed with. Both of them averaged over a ton in their quarterfinals. Josh Rock last night taking out that impressive 164 alongside the other 2 ton-plus outs to knock off Gerwyn Price, the 164 to win in the match as well. 57% on the doubles with 104 average. Littler 43% on the doubles here, 16-14 over Andrew Gilding, which was an excellent game to watch on last night as well. To be fair, that Gilding 160 almost raised the roof. There were a lot of big checkouts last night. The 160 from Gilding, the big fish from Price, and obviously the 164 from Josh Rock as well. 103.9 average for Littler in that quarter-final, very, very strong. We saw him look a little bit shaky at times against Jermaine Watamina. First round against Ryan Searle, he absolutely romped him. Second round against Watamina, he was 7-3 down, wasn't he, after the first 2 sessions, then came out and eventually put him to bed. Was it 12-10 in the end, I think, from what I remember? I can't quite remember off the top of my head, to be perfectly honest. But then last night, it was a bit more convincing. He won, I think it was the first 4 sessions, he won 3-2 against Gilding, just to give himself that nice big gap going into the final one. And obviously that kind of transpired to be what he needed. It was a bit of a fight back from Gilding, won a few legs on the spin towards the end of the match to try and hold off Littler, but it wasn't quite enough. If he'd got that extra leg maybe towards the end, take it to 15-all, who knows what could have happened. It could have ended up being an Andrew Gilding masterclass. He was probably the surprise package for the most part of this match play. Getting to the quarterfinals, I'm not sure many would have had him down to do that. Knocking off a few big names along the way as well. Sky Bet once again have Luke Littler as the favourite for this one, which isn't really a shock, is it? 4-11. Josh Rock 2-1. I think Josh Rock's in incredible form there at the moment, and he's been one of my favourite players to watch on the circuit this year. So once again, leave your comments down below as to who you think's going to win this. I'm hopefully going to have another video out tomorrow detailing probably tomorrow morning a sort of review of this, and then a preview tomorrow afternoon possibly for the final. That one will definitely be out. It's the review that I'm not quite sure on yet. It depends on other bits and bobs. But I hope you have enjoyed this first darts-based video. If you are new, please do subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. They're linked down in the comments below. And if you want, give me some pointers on how to maybe make this a little bit better as well. I want to make it a bit longer, but as a first attempt, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been decent and watchable and enjoyable. Yeah, hopefully we see a Wade and Josh Rock dub. That would be good. I'm going to go with 17-15 Wade and 17-14 Josh Rock. I think there'll be 2 really long, really high scoring, very, very, very good games. Luke Littler set a match play record last night for 18 180s in one game. Absolutely ridiculous levels. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.